Oshkosh Today, your connection to events and organizations in the Oshkosh area.
Event season is upon us here in Oshkosh, and we have all of the great things that are going to fill up your summer calendar. We've got all that and more for you on this episode of Oshkosh Today. Oshkosh Irish Fest is a great tradition for all ages. With music, food, dancing, presentations, and more, there's something for everyone to enjoy. The Oshkosh Area Community Band is gearing up for their annual summer series, and they've always got something new and exciting to show us. The Oshkosh Public Museum and UW-Oshkosh students are working on an awesome project for the new exhibit, The People of the Waters. The 2016 Miss Wisconsin Scholarship Pageant is coming to Oshkosh. We'll chat with the current Miss Wisconsin about her experience. The Friends of OCM Student Athletes of the Year, Ava Beekle and Paige Gorst, visit us one last time in the studio to tell us about their plans for the future. We'll wrap up the show with Focus on Health, this segment on a new medical weight loss program at Aurora.
Oshkosh Today. Oshkosh Today is supported in part by the Friends of OCM and Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on Oshkosh Today, your source for all of the great local organizations and events right here in your city of Oshkosh. I'm your host, Emily Mikowski, and we have a great show lined up for you today, as you saw in our intro. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into our first segment. We have our very good friend Matt Miller here to talk to us all about the upcoming Oshkosh Irish Fest. So Matt, first of all, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Emily. It's great to be here.
Yes, so we're here to talk about Irish Fest, and first question is, how long has this festival been around?
This, believe it or not, is our 8th anniversary.
Eighth annual Irish Fest.
Yep.
And it's been a great 8 years, and I
sure
think it's continued to grow throughout the years too.
Oh yeah, it's been a great festival, and most of the people that have been around since day one are still with us, and all the volunteers and such, and we're just having a great time, and we can't wait for this year again.
Wonderful. And how did this whole idea even come around 8 years ago?
You know, it was shortly after the Leach Amphitheater was built, and our good friend, who was the parks director at the time, Tom Stefani, him and I were good friends. We always enjoyed the Irish Fest out in Milwaukee, and we were good friends and fans of the band Gallic Storm. And so as Tom was looking for new events to bring into the amphitheater, the idea of an Irish Fest started, and it just grew into what it was going to be just a one concert for Gallic Storm. It's grown into a whole festival, and everything's for charity, so it's been really good, and we've had a lot of fun with it.
Yes, that was going to be my next question. It's a fundraiser. It's not just a festival that is, happening out of the blue. It's all for a reason.
Yep, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Definitely. Oshkosh Festival started not only to bring some entertainment to Leach Amphitheater, but to help local organizations raise money, and then also help local businesses with tourism dollars. So I am very proud to say that over the past 8 years, we have helped several local organizations raise almost $140,000 in charity dollars. So that's pretty exciting, and it's completely volunteer run, and we just hope everyone comes out and enjoys it and supports it because it's going for a good cause.
Definitely. So it's a variety of different charities and organizations that you're going to. There's no specific one each year.
No, yeah, we allow several organizations to come in and work the event for a percentage of the proceeds, and then afterwards we also give out monies. Some of our big beneficiaries in the past have been Cerebral Palsy Mid-East Wisconsin, and lately, over the past several years, the St. Baldrick's Foundation for Childhood Cancer. They do a big event inside of our event, raising $10,000 to $15,000 each year, so it's been very successful as well.
What a great opportunity. All the more reason to come out and enjoy this awesome festival. It's at the Leach Amphitheater, as you had said already. What are the dates this year?
This year it's June 11th and 12th. So we go all day on Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. with a 5K run through to 11 p.m. music, vendors. We have Celtic canines, Curragh boat races, all sorts of neat activities going on all day. And then we continue into Sunday, and we do our annual Irish Fest Mass and then we have Irish dancers and music afterwards. So it's
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
It's a packed weekend.
It is. And
so
it's great
you
fun.
gave us a quick rundown. Let's go ahead and go through it piece by piece here. First thing is the 5K charity run that kind of kicks it off. Tell us a little bit about that.
It is. It's a great run. It starts off at 9 a.m. Registration is only $20 in advance or $25 day of, and then you get a T-shirt, admission into the festival. If you register through Runaway Shoes, our major sponsor, you also get a coupon for a free beverage, and it is a timed race as well. So you get a timing chip, and you can have an official time for it as well.
Awesome. Which is important for some runners, but it's a run-walk, right? So
it is.
I saw the walk. I'm like, that's important to
I
me.
emphasize the walk part.
The walk part is very important.
Yeah.
So you can sign up for that on the Irish Fest website.
Exactly, or at Runaway Shoes, any of their 3 locations. So.
Wonderful. So that's kind of kicking off the weekend. Of course, we got to talk about entertainment.
Right.
It is an Irish festival, so we got to be looking forward to a lot of fun Irish music.
Oh, absolutely, music, dance, and fun. Good crack, they call it. In Ireland, crack is a Gaelic word for fun. So, so actually, our T-shirt this says "Mighty Crack." So that's what Irish Fest is all about. It's about the music. It's about the fun. We have a whole lineup of all sorts of different entertainers, and our headlining band, of course, coming back is Gaelic Storm. Right before them, we're very pleased to bring in the Trinity Irish Dance Company, and this is a group of Irish dancers that have won an unprecedented 17 world titles. I'm saying worlds. They travel all over the world. In fact, shortly after they perform in Oshkosh, they go on to the Netherlands and perform over there. But we're very pleased to bring them in. It's a new thing. We haven't tried this before. And then, of course, all sorts of different Irish trad bands, traditional Irish music, and Celtic rock bands, and other dancers and stuff. So yeah,
so
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love those Irish dancers too. It's just impossible not to get your energy up watching them. It's just amazing.
They're crazy. Their feet move like...
And the curls too. You gotta love the curls.
We spend a lot of time curling that.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. In addition to the wonderful entertainment, the bands, the dancing, there is a cultural tent. And this is a great chance for you to kind of get a little bit of Irish culture, learn a little bit.
Right. We have a lot of displays and some presenters on the Irish culture, traditions, and Irish in this area, that is the second largest ethnicity. Really? And so it's really interesting to learn how much the Irish immigrants have had on the impact of northeastern Wisconsin. So we have a lot of displays on that and a lot of discussions about the Irish wake and everything like that. There's been a lot of influence. And especially around the holiday season too.
Kind of getting a little bit of a local feel for the history of Irish in Oshkosh. And of course, food and drinks.
Yes,
lots of fun Irish food and drinks.
We're very pleased. Our main sponsor this year is McGinnis Irish Pub, and they're going to be providing the Irish food, the bangers, and which is the Irish sausage, the fish and chips, and of course corned beef. But we also are bringing in the Irish Celtic canines again, the big wolfhounds that people tend to love.
Awesome.
And then we have some Curragh boats. We're going to do some racing on the river, and just all sorts of neat stuff. And you're able to learn a little bit about Ireland and the, like I said before, the influence that it has right here. Taste the food, see the dance, enjoy the music,
wonderful.
And enjoy the crack.
The crack.
The fun.
I'm going to start using that in all my conversations. The crack. So we got about 30 seconds left. You got to quick tell us about the Mass that is also available at the end of the festival.
Mass is very well attended. It's Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Father Bill Hauer comes back. We have an Irish Fest choir, and it's just a beautiful way to celebrate thanks to the Lord above, and also celebrate family and culture and fun.
Wow. Well, what a great festival. It's great for the whole family, of course. All kinds of things for all ages to look forward to. Where can we find more information on getting tickets or just more about the vendors and things?
Yep. Best place is our website, www.oshkoshirishfest.com. That lists our entire schedule, or also our Facebook, Irish Fest, Oshkosh Irish Fest.
Lots of great updates on there. June 11th and 12th, 2016, kicking off at 10 a.m. at the Leach Amphitheater.
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Matt, and we look forward to having you on later for Oktoberfest.
You got it. Sláinte.
Up next, we're going to talk with the Oshkosh Area Community Band about their upcoming summer series. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Hi, I'm Jim Collins, Transportation Director for the City of Oshkosh with an important message for motorists and bicyclists. Recently, the city has begun painting bike Sharrow symbols on roadways. The term Sharrow is short form for shared lane bicycle marking. Sharrows are made up of bicycle and chevron symbols, and they are located about 4 feet away from the curb where parking is not allowed and about 11 feet where it is. Streets with Sharrows do not have a designated bike lane, but still indicate that the roadway segment is a bike route and is expected to be used by bicyclists. Sharrow markings are used to show motorists where cyclists will be traveling within the lane, while also showing cyclists proper lane positioning, especially where lanes are too narrow to be safely shared. It's important to note that with or without marked Sharrows, bicyclists are encouraged to travel on streets and follow traffic laws just as any other vehicle on the road. Motorists are urged to continue to be aware of bicyclists and to share the road. Thank you for keeping Oshkosh safe and happy riding.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now we have our friend Dave Burnt here from the Oshkosh Area Community Band to tell us all about their summer plans that they have coming up. And let me tell you, it's a very busy summer. So Dave, without further ado, welcome to Oshkosh Today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us. And we tend to have you on a couple times a year to talk about the different concerts that we have coming up. And summer is a very busy time for the community band. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Every other week we have a concert.
Gosh, so probably very busy rehearsing and getting ready
and then a rehearsal every week, so that keeps the
very busy summer. For those of us who don't know, maybe you can give us a little background on the Oshkosh Area Community Band. What exactly is it all about?
The Oshkosh Area Community Band has been around. We'll be celebrating our 30th anniversary year this next year. This April 1st, 2017 is our big anniversary concert, which we have a lot of festive plans for, so that'd be a good one to mark on your calendar now. The community band was formed with the intent of providing an outlet for people to play when they're finished with their schooling. I mean, basically through high school. When you're done with high school, we taught you how to play in school, and then when you get to the end, now what?
Then what? Yeah.
Yes. So that's the reason it was formed, and
wonderful.
So anyone that's post high school, it's aimed at. Although in summertime, we also invite high school players to come in and play with us.
Kind of keep their skills sharp on the summertime.
Right.
Yeah. Very cool. So it's a great opportunity for musicians who might have not had opportunities after high school to keep on playing their instruments and still kind of be a part of that band experience. So we're here to talk about summer, and we've got a lot of concerts to talk about. Maybe you can first tell us where your first concert is and when are we kicking it off here?
The first concert is at the King Veterans Home, and it's June 12th, I believe that is, Sunday, June 12th at 1:30.
Wow.
And so if you're in the King area, you're certainly welcome to join us there. All our concerts are without cost and without tickets, so you just need to come and join us there.
So first one's at King Veterans Home. Any certain kinds of music that you're going to be playing at that concert?
Well, considering it's a veterans home, then we'll be sure and do service music. You can expect to hear like the service marches and
some patriotic stuff.
songs. Yeah.
Definitely. So that'll be a very special concert, and I know the people at the Veterans Home really love and look forward to that as a great little entertainment. So definitely looking forward to that. Other concerts that are going to be happening in the summer series. I know you've got one coming up at the Grand Opera House.
Right. The Grand Opera House, we have the first Wednesday. We get on a schedule of every other Wednesday.
Okay.
And the first one that conflicts with the Miss Wisconsin pageant, because when they come into the auditorium, they really take it over, and they you'll see with the sets, they really transform the place. So it works out well that we can go to the Grand, and the Grand is a wonderful spot to play in, a wonderful theater. and it's always a treat to play there. So that'll be our first concert.
Wonderful. And then after that, you've got some concerts over at Alberta Kimball.
Right. Yeah.
And-
So then every other Wednesday from then on through the end of July, we'll be at the Alberta Kimball.
What's the admission for any of your concerts for people who are going to be planning to come?
Zero. They're always free.
$0.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Due to the gracious support of many people from the community. So.
But I'm sure that it's donations are very much appreciated whether
Oh
you
yes,
want to
yes,
do
yes,
that through.
yes. There will be a free will donation baskets available at every concert, I believe.
Yes, because I think a lot of people don't realize how much the music costs.
Oh yes.
And so of course that's something that if you're looking to support, by all means, that's a great way to do that, is to donate and help you guys get some new music.
Yes, I've been pleasantly surprised that we can still do it for free, because that's totally because of the generous support of our patrons, I guess.
Definitely. And it's all the more it's just kind of backs the whole idea of a community band. That's what you are. That's what you're here for, is our wonderful community. So it's just a great opportunity for anyone who wants to come and see you guys play and witness the awesome talent that you have. As we just heard, we heard a little bit of a sample of one of your concerts just then. So what kind of songs, any kind of previews that you can give us, or little teasers?
Well, each concert will feature we'll have a feature section usually. So I think it's the trumpets one time, it's the clarinets one time, and I believe, I'm happy to say, it's the trombones 2 times, if I read my schedule right.
Very cool. So each time a different instrument will be highlighted.
Right.
Very cool.
And then there's the usual mix of marches and patriotic numbers and show tunes and novelty numbers and things.
So a lot of variety to look forward to.
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
And we got to talk about the Oshkosh 4th of July parade. Are you looking forward to that?
Okay.
You'll be in that parade.
Yes. Yep. That'll be. When is that now? The 4th of July. Oh, yes.
I can't remember when it was.
And so I think this is their 25th anniversary of that parade, and I think the Oshkosh Community Band has been in all of them.
Wonderful. And that's always a great thing to look forward to as you're watching the parade. You can always see there's the community band. What are they playing this year? It's really cool. So
right, and we'll be playing some I think it's the Song of the Sea Bees and Heave Ho My Lad or something. They're a little more obscure.
Yeah.
But they're still stirring. And
good.
Fun to play.
Something a little different than the typical. We've got a children's concert on July 29th. What's special about that concert compared to a different, your typical concert?
We'll aim a couple of numbers at the children, and we also have the main feature of that is that we have a conducting contest. And so the children come up and we take all comers and we give them a very brief lesson, and then they're on their own. They conduct the band, and then we have some judges, which I would not want to be. And then we come up with I think it's 3 winners.
Okay. How fun is that?
Yeah, it's
what a
very
great
fun.
way to kind of get them involved in the show too.
Right.
We got about a minute left, and where can we find more information about the Oshkosh Area Community Band, whether we're looking to join or we want concert dates or anything?
Okay, you can. We're on Facebook, and that's all I'll say about that because I'm not on Facebook. And then we're on the website is www.oacb.org.
Okay, wonderful. And that's where you can get all of our information. And yes, you are on Facebook. I do subscribe to your page. So a lot of great updates on there about different things that might be changing or things that we can look forward to on the concerts. And I believe you'll be conducting a few pieces this year too. So as you prepare for that, I got to say good luck.
Yes, thank you. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, Dave, thank you so much for stopping in today and telling us all about your summer series. We're really looking forward to a summer full of wonderful music from the Oshkosh Area Community Band.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
Coming up next, we have a little remote segment for you. Last week, we got out to the Oshkosh Public Museum and took a look at the latest project that they're working on. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Right above your head. Help the environment and fight climate change by using Energy Star's CFLs and LEDs. They last longer, cost less, and cut your carbon footprint. If every home in America replaced the 5 most used bulbs with Energy Star ones, we would save about $8 billion each year in energy costs and prevent greenhouse gas emissions equal to 10 million cars. Reduce carbon pollution. Act on climate change.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. We've taken a little trip outside of the studio over to the Oshkosh Public Museum to look at a really cool project that they're working on for the past few weeks. So I have Jeff Boehm here from UW Oshkosh, who's leading this project. Jeff, thanks so much for taking a little break from the canoe here and talking to us.
You're welcome.
So first of all, what exactly is this class that you're dealing with? It's all part of a project.
It's an anthropology class. We call this class Field Experience, and we use it for a variety of special projects like this, where students are away from campus, away from the normal classroom setting, where they are engaged in some activity, and especially an activity where they are going to be producing original data and documenting it. So all the students are also keeping their own journal.
Okay.
Specifically, this class is about making a dugout canoe to be used in the upcoming People of the Waters exhibit at the museum.
Well, how amazing. It's so great to get out of the classroom too and get that experience. And maybe you can give us an overview of what's all involved in this project. I mean, right now they're scraping at the bottom of the canoe, but what other things were involved?
Well, we got this, I picked this log out during deer hunting. I was on a friend's property on the other side of New London, just west of Royalton. He's in the chemistry department, and we walked around and looked at a couple different logs or trees still standing that we could cut a good sized log out of. We picked this one, and then when the ground froze up enough so we could get through that marshy ground with a tractor, we dropped the tree. That was, I think, late February, and hauled it up to the road. And then in early March, the city forestry department took a truck out there with me, and we loaded up the log and brought it back, put it on these spacers that we had to keep it off the ground. And then we came out here. We took the bark off that first day, and then gouged out some rotted wood. This tree had been hit by lightning, so there's a lightning scar. It didn't look like it was that bad, but once we took the bark off and started working on it, we found there was some rot that was several inches into the wood, so that became the side that we were going to burn on. It wasn't the side I originally intended. But then up every day until yesterday, we burned into the log. So we would set up a burn. The first day was just basically on flat wood, and every day thereafter we were burning into the wood. We were using fresh clay to cover the sides of the inside of the trench with clay to keep the fire from burning there, and we'd burn down. So we'd start every day when we got here by taking off the old clay, gouging out all of the wood that had charred and dried out, and then putting more clay on and building another fire inside. We're down almost a foot inside the log right now, and we straightened out the top surface. The bow and stern we flattened down, the gunwale sides we flattened down, and so today, because it's threatening rain, decided not to do another burn to work on the hull, which we needed to get started on anyway. So we rolled the log up on its back, and now the students are shaping the bottom and the bow and stern. Once we get the bottom shaped, then we'll work on the sides. I want a fairly flat bottom so for stability, and then a fairly straight-sided to the canoes, so we get the maximum space inside the canoe. It's going to be on the small side. It's only a little over 16 feet long, and it won't be as wide as I would have preferred, but it's hard to find big logs anymore.
It is. Yeah.
And prehistorically they would have used a straight grain, clear log. Well, this one's got a lot of knots in it, so we're having to work around it. and it's a little hard to control how deep the char goes each day as a result.
Well, it's so interesting to hear the process, and as you said, as you're going through this process, you're coming up to certain challenges and learning along the way. So it's really interesting to see also how it's burned out. The whole process of the canoe is not all carving the wood as they're doing right now.
No.
You're burning, charring, and then scraping.
Every day is cleaning up after the burn. If I didn't have a class schedule time, we would probably start earlier in the day at dawn and then burn for much longer. So we probably would be further along in a real situation. But this being a class, we spend a lot of time talking about what we're doing. The students are taking their own notes and photographs. And then once we get the fire going, it's just a matter of actually tending the fire to make sure that we don't burn where we don't want to.
Yes, and when it's all said and done, we're hoping to test it out at some point, and eventually this canoe will be going into an exhibit at the Oshkosh Public Museum, which we're going to talk a little bit more with Carla in a minute here. So Jeff, I'd love to just thank you for having us out here, and we've been very lucky to kind of follow the process and get some shots along the way, and we look forward to talking to you again and talking about the finished product.
Well, I hope this is going to look as good as we want it to look.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to go talk to Carla Sekeres from the Oshkosh Public Museum to talk about the upcoming exhibit. All right, so now I'm here with Carla Sekeres from the Oshkosh Public Museum. And Carla, you're going to tell us a little bit of background about where this canoe is going to be going. It's going to be going in a brand new exhibit in the museum. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're building a brand new exhibit, or will be anyway, this summer called People of the Waters. And the dugout canoe will be one of the featured artifacts in this new exhibit. So wetlands and waterways, we're going to start dismantling that very soon, and taking down walls and taking out the floor, and just really getting into construction of the new exhibit.
Yes, and so the canoe will be one of the great focal points of the exhibit, but other things that we can look forward to as part of that.
Yeah, People of the Waters will explore the Ice Age all the way through the fur trade, looking at early people, how they live, different cultures. It's going to have a lot of hands-on interactive components, really fun exhibit.
Wonderful. When is that exhibit going to be opening?
That will open midsummer next year, so right around the mid-July.
Wonderful. So we've still got a little bit of time to see the old exhibit before it's dismantled.
Yes, we're going to start this next week taking artifacts out, so slowly cases will be emptied, and then at the end of July we'll start taking down walls and doing other demolition work. And then late summer into the fall is when they'll start construction of the new exhibit. And it's going to be a long process, always needing to keep a safe passageway to get to the elevator and the main part of the museum.
Yes.
But it's going to be really exciting when it's done.
Yes, and you're still looking for support and some fundraising opportunities.
We are. We have a lot of fun components, like I said, interactive components, and we don't want to cut back from any of that. So we're looking for to raise some more money. Just shy of $200,000 we need to make all of the pieces that we really envisioned for People of the Waters come to reality.
Sure.
So we're hoping, for some additional community support so that we can really make this a stellar exhibit.
Yes, and every little bit counts. If we want to make a contribution, or if we want to learn more about the exhibit, or even other exhibits, or other things happening at the museum while this is all going on, where can we go?
You can either stop at the museum. We have some information here that people can pick up. They can leave a donation here. They can mail it to us, or we do take donations online at our website, oshkoshmuseum.org.
Perfect. Well, we are so much looking forward to seeing this finished canoe in the exhibit, and best of luck to you during this construction time.
Thank you very much.
All right. Once again, if you want more information about the canoe project, you can go to the Oshkosh Public Museum's website or give them a call. We're going to take a quick break on Oshkosh Today. We'll be right back right after this.
It is sad but true that for years, some people have been using storm drains to dispose of their wastes. Sanitary sewers take waste from bathrooms and kitchens and clean them up. But storm sewers do not treat or clean up anything passing through them. Everything that enters a storm drainage system is eventually discharged into a stream, river, lake, or bay in exactly the same form as it entered. One of the responsibilities of municipalities that operate storm sewer systems is to prevent what the EPA calls illicit discharges. Illicit discharges are any discharges of non-stormwater into or through the storm sewer. When illicit discharges enter surface waters, they can kill wildlife. They can suffocate plants and fish, destroy breeding and nesting areas. Never pour or dump anything down any storm drain.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now we have two very special guests in the studio today from Miss Wisconsin. I have Rosalie Smith, who is Miss Wisconsin 2015, and Mary Anderson Gronick, who is Miss Wisconsin from 1985. So ladies, both of you, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and we've got a lot to talk about today. But first, Rosalie, you're Miss Wisconsin. How has your last year been?
It's been a whirlwind. I actually started pageantry last year, kind of an accident, if you would, because my senior portrait photographer asked me to compete for Miss New Berlin because they needed one more contestant to make it happen. So
they
after
needed a space filler.
Yes. So after some thinking, and you know, I'm a dancer, so I have the talent. I've never spoken in front of people besides a classroom of maybe 10 for a school project or something. But I figured, you know what? I'll only learn new things, so why not just try it out? So I did, and then I ended up making it all the way, and I won Miss Wisconsin.
That is such a cool story.
Yes.
I had no idea. So your first year of participating in pageants led you right to the top, basically.
Yes, she was actually the same way. We were both one and dones. That's what we call ourselves.
One and done. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your
you.
big year.
Thank you.
Any big major things that you accomplished that you're really proud of?
Well, specifically, my platform is called Collins Crusade, Breaking the Barriers of Addiction. My brother passed away 3 years ago due to an alcohol overdose, so throughout this year, I actually began something called Collins Fund, and it's actually centered on loving in need, an acronym for Collins' name, and I've raised about $8,000 in cash or even checks and just throughout the state, and to be able to help those who can't afford rehab facilitation in teen challenges. Those are actually Christian intervention, those kind of faith-based rehab facilities that are actually throughout the country, and I work with the Extreme Intervention Project. And so this year has been very successful with being able to make a difference in Colin's name because he was 27, passed away before his 28th birthday, and I know that even though he is gone, he's still making his difference because, I'm giving him that opportunity. So it's pretty cool, yes.
That's amazing. Wow. So it's really important to realize that our Miss Wisconsins and our Miss all the different towns, they're not just sitting in parades and waving and looking pretty. You guys are really busy throughout the year doing a lot of great things. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And Mary, you are Miss Wisconsin from 1985, and tell us what your experience was like. And clearly, you're still involved in the organization.
Well, I am involved in the organization and has been a long time, 31
Oh,
years.
not that long.
I'm a state field director and I'm on the board of directors and I handle marketing and public relations, but I'm just a big believer in the program. I've seen what it can do. I mean, it made a difference in my life, and I like to pay it forward. It is a scholarship-based, community service-oriented organization, and I see what happens to the young ladies who are involved. It really provides a platform for their educations. It gives them the life skills, the confidence, and a springboard for them to go on and be successful in their lives. And so I am a huge believer in being a part of helping other young ladies be successful.
How amazing. And another important point to make is the Miss Wisconsin is a scholarship pageant. So all of the girls that are involved are getting some great scholarship opportunities to kind of help them in their future, whether they become Miss Wisconsin or not.
Well, in fact, it is the largest scholarship organization for young women in the world. The Miss America organization awards more than $45 million annually, and the the Miss Wisconsin pageant will be giving away more than $30,000 in the coming weeks. So
That is
and
amazing.
tens of thousands of dollars at the local level throughout the state as well. So that makes a huge difference for these contestants throughout the state in their educations.
Yeah. Wow. How awesome is that? So you're true both vouchers of the awesome program that is Miss Wisconsin. Let's talk about the pageant a little bit. We've got a pageant coming up, which we're here to talk about today. When and where is this year's pageant?
It is on June 25th. It begins, well, actually, the prelims are June 22nd and 23rd. Both take place in the Alberta Kimball Auditorium, correct me if I'm wrong, at Oshkosh West. And so that'll both take place, I believe, at 7 p.m. both
That's
nights.
correct.
Okay.
And then that is when the competition takes place so that they can determine who will make into the final night, which is June 25th. And that is also at the Alberta Kimball Auditorium and begins at 7 p.m.
And there are 25 contestants from throughout
Yes.
the state this year.
Okay, 25 in the final night. Or
No,
20
25 contestants overall.
Okay.
And then I believe it's 11 contestants that make it to the top into the June 25th.
So are people able to come and watch the pageants for the preliminary parts of it too?
Absolutely.
Very cool. And we can get tickets on the website, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about the pageant. What exactly are the different things that you're partaking in as a contestant?
Yeah, so during the pageant, which everyone gets to see, you have talent, which is actually, it weighs the most in the competition. You can bring anything from, piano playing to singing to dancing. Whatever your talent is, just bring it on over and we consider it one. And then after that, we have swimsuit. So that's kind of just showing how confident you are. In how I like to explain it is, being Miss Wisconsin or being whatever title you are sometimes in interesting positions, positions where you're speaking in front of a lot of people, maybe it's uncomfortable for you so far or certain things. So I guess swimsuit kind of gives you that push to be like, well, I just got to suck it up and I got to show that I'm confident being the woman I am. So that's why I really actually do enjoy swimsuit. And then we also, which is called Lifestyle and Fitness. Then we have onstage question, which the judges can ask you anything about anything. I'm not sure this year if they ask about our platforms. Sometimes they do, sometimes it's completely random. Okay. And then after that, we also have evening gown. And so that's, the gown of your choice, whatever really makes you feel the most beautiful.
And that's one of my favorite parts,
Yes.
seeing all the beautiful gowns. It's
Yes.
just so cool.
And the one piece I will add that the audience does not see is the private interview, and that's a really, really important piece of the competition. That's where the judges have an opportunity to sit down one-on-one with the contestants and
Really
for 10
get to
minutes
know
give them the questions and answers and really get to know what that girl is about.
Yes.
So it's not all just that day on stage.
Nope.
You got to keep that in mind too. It's not
Yes.
just the one question that you're being judged on.
Right.
And we've got the Miss Wisconsin Outstanding Teen Pageant. I'm going to kind of breeze over that, and you can find more information on the website for that, which is MissWisconsin.com. Yes,
Oh.
MissWisconsin.com.
Thank you.
So that's also kind of coinciding with the Miss Wisconsin pageant. But we really want to get to a great event that we're looking forward to is the golf outing over at Utica Golf Course. Tell us a little bit about that, Mary.
Yes, that is a new event. We are so excited to kick that off this year. It's called Swinging for Scholarships, and being a scholarship-based organization, this is a new event that we're doing this year. It's being held on Friday, June 24th, the day before the Miss Wisconsin pageant, and it's kicking off at 10 a.m. It is a shotgun scramble format, and the public is welcome to join in and participate so they can golf with their favorite contestants. And we are welcoming companies who would like to participate as sponsors. They can donate items that we could use for raffle items. We're just looking to create more scholarships that we can award to our contestants. So we're really encouraging the public to get involved either by participating in the golf event or by donating scholarships or donating events or sponsoring, donating items or sponsoring the event.
Definitely. A great opportunity for businesses to donate something to not only get their name out there to the public, but also to kind of get involved with the community. Or if you're playing, it's a really fun opportunity to get to know the girls. I know, Rosalie, I think we were talking right beforehand. You're like, do I get to golf? You're like, oh,
Yes,
I get to golf.
I found out that I get to golf, and
So-
I'm excited because it's something I've never done before. I mean, I've obviously done the mini golf courses. I'm not even good at that, so obviously I'm not going to be the greatest, but like I said earlier, I'm not afraid to embarrass myself, and it'll be a blast.
Oh,
So
it's going to
I'm
be
excited.
so fun. You'll learn some great tips and tricks from all the
Yes,
golfers out there.
absolutely.
And of course, we have Miss Wisconsin Day at the Farmers Market, so the ladies will be at the Farmers Market, and then afterwards, heading over to Festival Foods, putting you guys to work.
That's right.
We'll
The
be baking-
contestants will be there.
Yep, bagging groceries.
Bagging groceries.
Yes.
Earning some tips maybe for
You know,
scholarships?
No, but
No?
we're also there for, we get to take photos with
Oh,
people if they're
perfect.
passing through and they want to. It's a good opportunity for everyone to get to know us and, maybe kind of spark their interest so that they watch the pageant.
Definitely. Well, it looks like we're just about out of time, so once more, date, time, location of the pageant, and where we can get more information on that.
So it is Saturday. The Miss Wisconsin pageant is Saturday, June 25th. The prelims are the 22nd and 23rd, 7 o'clock p.m. at the Alberta Kimball Auditorium. And the Miss Wisconsin's Outstanding Teen pageant will be held Friday, 7 o'clock p.m., June 24th at the Alberta Kimball Auditorium.
Yes, and you are on Facebook, so you can follow everything that Rosalie's up to, as well as things leading up to the pageant, or at misswisconsin.com to find, to purchase tickets or make donations.
on site.
Anything. Or on site,
Yes.
yes. Wonderful. Well, Rosalie and Mary, thank you both so much for coming out today. It was a pleasure talking to you. We could go on for so much longer about all the awesome things you guys are doing.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Up next, we have the Friends of OCM Student Athletes of the Year here to tell us all about their summer plans. We have Paige Gorst and Ava Beekle right after this.
On the surface, the simple pleasures in life are going on all around us. But inches beneath the surface, utility lines are carrying electricity, gas, and more to your home. Digger's Hotline helps avoid costly or dangerous mistakes. It doesn't matter how deep you're digging, call 811 or click diggershotline.com 3 working days before you start your project, and we'll help take the risk out of digging. Protect your simple pleasures. Know what's below.
If you have expired or unused medication, don't flush it, pour it down the drain, or toss it in the trash. Safely dispose of unwanted or expired medications at the drug drop box located inside the Oshkosh Police Department. It's convenient and anonymous, safe and secure, and it's open to everyone 24/7. Drop off your prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs, pet meds, and more. Keep drugs out of the reach of children and out of our water supply. Dispose of unwanted or expired medications at the drug drop box. For more information, visit the Oshkosh Police Department website at oshkoshpd.com.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now we have 2 very special guests in the studio today. We have our Friends of OCM Student Athletes of the Year. Over the last few months, you've been seeing all of our student athletes coming in and interviewing, telling us why they deserve to be the Friends of OCM Student Athlete of the Year and win a $1,000 scholarship to put towards their college education. And we've made the very tough decision, and we have picked our 2 Student Athletes of the Year. We have Ava Beekle and Paige Gorst in the studio today. So congratulations, ladies.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having us again.
Oh, definitely. It's great to have you. You actually received your scholarships last week and a couple weeks ago at your senior awards nights.
Yes.
But we just had to have you back in and talk to you a little bit about your summer plans and your college plans, and just wish you the best of luck as you move on here. So first, I got to ask you what your reactions to winning the scholarship was, because like I said, we awarded you at the senior awards nights, but I don't think either of you knew that you were receiving them that night.
No.
So Ava, why don't you start? Tell us what you were thinking.
I think I can speak for both of us. I think it was just such a surprise, and I'm so grateful to have won because of so many great competitors this year. It was just such a shock and a great experience to be able to have won the scholarship.
Yeah. And Paige, I could tell the look of surprise on your face when I gave you your award. So.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised. I was thrilled because it's always great, and I saw the other people finalists, and it was good competition, and I was a little nervous, but no, when I found out, I was really excited.
Yeah, and you guys, I think I did hear both of your names called multiple times that night, so you are just awesome athletes, awesome students, just great kids to have here in Oshkosh. So I think we definitely made the right choice, although it was a very difficult one, like you said, such great kids.
Oh, thank you.
How's the last few days of school going? I think you guys are both on your second to last day of school, and I pulled you out early to come to this interview. So how are the last few days going of your senior year?
It's going very well. It's very scary to be going to pick up our cap and gowns right before graduation on Saturday, but it's also very exciting to be able to move on to the next part of in our lives, and it's very scary yet exciting at the same time.
Yeah. And Ava, you don't have to take any finals, so you're kind of smooth
Yeah, it was
sailing here.
nice. I got out of a few of them, but I still had to take a few for my UW Oshkosh classes, but that's okay.
That's okay. You'll get through them. And,
right.
And Paige, you're kind of in the midst of finals right now.
Yeah, I just have one final left, so pretty much done.
It's all downhill.
Yeah, it's crazy just walking through the hallways and realizing that it really is coming to an end, and
it's so sad.
Right. All the classmates that we've been going to school with since kindergarten, we won't really be seeing as much, especially next year.
Yeah. But you do keep in touch with them, I can tell you that. I speak from experience. You'll still be friends with all your high school friends. And let's talk about what your plans are for the summer. I mean, both of you obviously are going off to college, but do you have anything special planned for your last summer before you get on to real life here?
Not really. A little working, and then obviously hanging out with family and friends as much as possible before college.
That's good.
Yeah, a lot of graduation parties to go to, and I'll also be working at my dad's stone factory, NSVI, this summer. So I did that last year and the year before that too. So getting used to the tough work now.
That'll get you into shape.
Right, my brother and I do that every summer. So.
Wow. Well, it's great to make a little extra money too before you go off to college.
Exactly.
Ava, where are you going to be heading this fall?
I'm going to UW-Madison. I'm super excited for that, and a few of my other friends are going there with me. I'm actually rooming with my best friend since kindergarten, so that'll be super fun and really good to be able to have someone to study with too.
What about you, Paige?
I'm also going to UW-Madison.
Two Madison girls. That's awesome.
I'm super excited. Madison has actually always been a place I wanted to go. We'd go to games when I was little, and so it's just a dream come true.
Very cool. And have you started shopping for your dorms and everything? I think I started shopping a year before I started going to college.
Oh, of course.
Thinking about it.
You can always get good ideas from Pinterest and stuff like that. It's really fun to plan with my friends. So
definitely, it's dangerous. Pinterest.
Yes, it is.
Any idea on majors, Paige? Any major ideas yet?
I'm thinking neuroscience or biomedical engineering. I'm not 100% sure, so. Hopefully I find something that I really like.
You know, easy stuff, neuroscience, biomedical. Crazy. What about you, Ava?
I'm going to go for international business in Spanish, so I'm excited for that. It'll definitely be a new challenge, but looking forward to it.
Huge challenge. Right. Spanish is a very hard thing to do in college.
It's my favorite subject. Yep.
That's so cool. Wow. Anything that you're going to miss about Oshkosh when you leave? I mean, I think both of you are longtime Oshkosh residents, so anything specific that you guys are going to miss?
Just family, friends, and obviously just kind of being familiar, and it's obviously home, so adapting to Madison will be a little change at first.
Moving to the city.
I would have to say the same thing, just my family and all my friends and everything that we got to experience in high school, like all the sports and clubs and activities. I know Madison will have that too, but it just won't be the same now that we're out of Oshkosh.
Yeah. Well, you get to build all those new memories as you move forward. And my little brother is in Madison right now, and he loves it. So you guys, you can have a little tour guide. I'll have to give him a call.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Anything particular that you're trying to keep in mind as you move into college? Any tips that worked well for you in high school as far as studying and things like that?
I know just hard work and dedication always pays off, and as long as I can put as much time into studying and staying on top of things as possible, that usually works for me.
What about you, Paige?
Yeah, just obviously getting involved and working hard, being committed, and just really being dedicated to studies, but also get out there and have new experiences.
Got to make time for fun too.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, and there's
being
so much
involved
to do.
is so important too.
Yeah. Any intramural sports or anything you guys are planning on?
I'm thinking about doing volleyball, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, see how much time you guys have.
Right.
There's a track club there that I also look to join, so
Very
we'll see.
cool. A lot of great opportunities. But,
Right.
well, thank you both ladies for coming in and talking to us about your plans. We are so proud of you, and we can't wait to hear from you after your first semester and see how everything's going. So
Thank you
thanks
so
again
much.
for coming in.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having us.
If you'd like to learn more about the Friends of OCM, you can visit their website at friendsofocm.org to learn more about the scholarship or just things that they do as a group in support of Oshkosh media. So we're going to take a quick break on Oshkosh Today, and when we come back, we are going to take a look at the Focus on Health segment for this week from Aurora Healthcare. We'll be right back.
You don't need to be bigger than life to be a good dad. You just need to spend time with your kids. It takes a man to be a dad.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today, and now it's that time of the show. We're going to take a few minutes to focus on health with our friends at Aurora Healthcare. This week's segment is focusing on a medical weight loss program, a new program over at Aurora. So let's take a look with our friend Ted Stefaniak.
This Focus on Health segment is brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Hello and welcome to Focus on Health. We're outside the Aurora Medical Center in Oshkosh today. We've taken some time to walk on this beautiful walking path that wraps around the hospital. It's nearly a mile long and it's open to the public. Hi everyone, I'm Ted Stefaniak. Glad you could be with us today. We're burning some calories on this path, and that's really the subject of today's topic here on Focus on Health. We're going to be talking with Dr. John Newman. He's in charge of a medical weight loss program here. It's a little bit different, so if you're looking for a little motivation and something a little different to help you lose some weight, this might be the program for you. Well, thanks for taking some time with us on a beautiful day here, and you know, being out around a walking path kind of gets you in the mood to get out and walk some steps and lose some weight. And you've got a brand new program here. Tell us a little bit about the name of the program and what it's for.
Well, thanks for the invite, and you're exactly right. When you look at a walking path, you know, that's kind of the walkway, the activities, kind of the pathway to living well. Well, we've started a medical weight loss kind of program here, and it's all part of Aurora's commitment to living well. And when we really look at what are the things we need to focus in, and it's not just Aurora, it's all the health systems, obesity is one of the things that we just can't focus enough on. So our medical weight loss program is like everything else we do. We play to people's passions and play to their strengths. And so we've kind of harnessed a team with, and I'm fortunate to be on the team as a bariatric surgeon, but also as somebody who's spent my life dedicated to helping people fight obesity. And Michelle Medvich is our nurse practitioner that helps us run the program for the medical weight loss program. And as we work together, obviously, the primary care team has been working on this forever with them, but they have asked help. They said, we would like to have some assistance for our patients that, especially not just for medical weight loss, but also for the diseases that are co-located with obesity, like diabetes, hypertension, and even cancer. So any efforts we do to help people control their weight are just going to pay off fold in improving their health.
So what's new about this program? How is this program going to help where other programs may have failed for people?
Well, I tell you what, I think that, you know, when you look at the numbers, the Jenny Craig, the Nutrisystems, the Weight Watchers, all efforts, you know, they don't have great numbers. And probably the only thing that's given the longest term solution for weight loss is surgical weight loss. But I will tell you that when people come to talk to us, that most of them are just not interested in surgical weight loss, but are very much interested in what can I do with them. And so what's different about it is the passion of the providers, with Michelle and myself just setting the relationship up. And so you probably the bigger question is, does it work, and why does it work? And so we're very proud to say it's working, that we're very proud with kind of the weight loss that our patients are achieving. But the reason it's working is because we've just now augmented what the primary care team has already been doing, augmented what all the other activities that people do in life to lose weight, and just bring it into the Medical Weight Loss Center and say, all right, let's focus a little bit. And it's based on education. Everything we do is education. When we look at, well, what can I do to get smart on weight loss? I mean, probably the most important thing is, do you know what kind of activity you're doing? You know, when you go on a walking path like this, that as we sit outside Aurora, Oshkosh, with it's about a mile-long path, but that's about 4,000 steps when you break it in there. But you got to put your activity in congruence, and you also got to say, what am I eating? And so probably one of the biggest parts of this program that we feel like we make a difference is we just kind of relate with the patient, and they commit to keeping a food journal, and they commit to saying, I'm going to write down everything that I eat. And so every time that we see them in follow-up, we're talking about, here's what you're eating. And so often it was like, I thought that was healthy. And really sitting down and having the conversation, and it's like, yeah, we're not saying it's unhealthy. We're just saying that if the objective here is to burn fat, then certain things we need to not be eating. And we say this time and time again. We talk about processed foods and simple sugars and sweet drinks and beer. I mean, we're in Wisconsin, but I can't swing a dead cat with somebody handing me a spotted cow, and it's like, this is great. But I tell you what, we got to do it in moderation. But more importantly, we just have to know how much carbohydrates we're actually ingesting.
So obviously it takes a lot of work, and a lot of times people aren't so interested in writing a journal, but that's a very important part of it. How much does exercise come into play as well?
Well, I'm not going to let you off the hook on the writing the journal, because when we look at our patients who actually write in their journals and the ones that don't, as far as their food logs, the ones that actually keep the food log lose twice as much weight. But if you don't write down in the food journal, quite honestly, you just don't know what you're eating, But the activity is huge. And so when you talk about the activities, what you're trying to do is an activity that helps you burn fat. So if you and I were to sprint, that requires sugar. So for sprinting, yeah, we got to look to our bodies and our livers and our muscles for the sugar. But if you and I just walk, or actually better yet, if we walked where we're in a brisk walk where we're just almost winded talking to each other, that's perfect. When you're not jarring the body, you're not hurting yourself, but you've entered that aerobic phase that your body's going to start seeking out, how can I burn some fat to give you the energy to finish this exercise.
We've only got about a minute left. Who are the people that should be seeking help for weight loss? I always try to lose a few pounds, and I think if I were to get checked out right now, I would probably be considered obese. I don't feel obese, but I think from a medical standpoint, I would be classified as obese.
When people ask me and they say, hey, these numbers are a little strict here. With body mass index is a very standardized number we run off of. If you pull out your smartphone or computer and say, what is my body mass index? It's a height to weight calculation. And again, I'm not too heavy, I'm just not tall enough.
Yeah.
But the calculation
so you just need to grow a few more inches. Yeah,
so, but since we're not getting taller once we get to our age, and really that body mass index 30 and more, once you get above 30, then that's a definition of obese. And it's not a definition based on anything other than when we look at the graph, that's where people start having medical problems from their weight. When they get to be morbidly obese at 40, that's when people start dying because of their weight.
Okay, so you should be always working with your primary care provider to see where you're at with your weight and various tests, but can they check with you right away then, or do we need to see our primary care provider before we come see
Everything we do in conjunction with the primary care team, but I tell you what, coming to kind of Aurora Medical Weight Loss, you can come see Michelle Medvich, you can come see myself. With predominantly, I work on the surgery side, but like I was saying, half the patients that I get, they say, I'm not interested in surgery. Let's talk about medical weight loss.
Takes some work though, doesn't it?
But it's the rest of our life work. So it's not something I'm going to give you a month's effort. This is the education and the discipline we need to generate for the rest of our lives, because it ain't getting any easier, folks.
No, and that's the reality of it. Hey, we appreciate you taking some time with us today.
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
Now, hopefully you're checking in with your primary care provider at least once a year and you have an idea of what's happening with your weight situation. If you have some questions or you're just looking for a little more motivation in weight loss, be sure to give Dr. Newman a call at 303-8700. I'm Ted Stefaniak, and we'll see you next time on Focus on Health.
This Focus on Health segment has been brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
said, looks like that's going to do it for this episode of Oshkosh Today. Make sure you tune in to Life TV for all of your community programming. You can also check out our website at oshkoshmedia.org, our new website for episodes of Oshkosh Today and other programs. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can email me at emakowski@ci.oshkosh.wi.us. As always, thanks so much for joining us on Oshkosh Today, and we'll see you next time.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard.